There's a lot of leaders that really believe that the reason why they got into their position is because they're better than everybody else. And that's a problem. People don't relate to that.
I think of leadership almost as like I think of athletes. There are people who are born with gifts, but if you don't really work on it, you may not develop to your full potential.
I think as a leader, it's important to have perspective. If you stay in your environment all the time and you don't get any outside perspective, I think it's really detrimental. I always want to learn. I always, want to continue to improve, and I need somebody that's going to shoot straight with me, right? And having somebody like the Trebuchet Group where you can go in and talk about an issue or talk about, how you want to grow as a leader and have them be really honest with you and give you tools is hugely beneficial.
So what we do is we work with leaders to help them get clear about what's the accomplishment we're striving for together and help them strengthen the team so we can actually get there. Because I believe they need to go there first. If they can't go there, there's no way the team can go there.
As an internal candidate who had been promoted, I carried with me some expectations and, if you will, baggage from sort of my previous role, and I needed to sort of redefine myself.
Prior to that first meeting, I thought I had things figured out a little bit better.
I think leaders sometimes think they have to have the answers all the time, and the reality is you really don't. One of the places I've really changed is just sort of honoring my humility. Like, it's okay that I don't always know.
Very frequently, leaders, as they go up in the organization, they get less and less information about what's really happening. People filter unconsciously. They're trying to help the leader. They want to help the leader know what they need to know. But meanwhile, the leader gets more isolated. So our team is really good about stepping into that situation and providing that support for the leader in a very positive but neutral way. We can hear crazy ideas. We can hear people just worrying about how the future of the company is going to go without freaking anybody out.
The whole saying "it's lonely at the top" is really true. While you can talk to other CEOs, the difference with Trebuchet is it's not anecdotal, it's not sort of big, wide scale, it's very specific and personal, and they're really focused on you.
There's an underside of every business that has to do with people and how people interact with each other. It's very difficult to tackle those issues without some kind of outside coaching.
We needed somebody that not only can help us as a team, but also help individuals.
I personally believe if you can't really be vulnerable and honest, then you can't really grow. And that, you can call it empathy, you can name it 10 different things, but it's a way they show up for you that allows you to be really honest with yourself. That special sauce they have really makes them different.
Those things are very difficult to overcome. They're not innate to human nature. I mean, people aren't born with a lot of these skills. And somehow we just kind of like Forrest Gump our way through life, right? In order to get to the next level, I need to understand all these communication skills, and through that coaching really helps enable that process.
You need to be open. You've got to share all of it. Get everything out there on the table that you're interested in learning or improving or bringing together, because when you do that, then they can find the right recipe to move you forward and through that.
One of the skill sets I've had to really work on as a leader is listening and active listening. And I felt like when I walked out of the room with Chris, it was like an aha moment.
I'm all about, I need tools. I need tools to do things better. I need tools to work through things, and that's what they provide.
I'm a talk to think kind of person. Chris is good at providing that sort of interactive sounding board, an ability to sort of help you clarify your own thinking or the team's thinking without necessarily shaping or guiding where it's going.
I've never had anyone at Trebuchet say, "This is what you're doing wrong." You never feel judged. You just feel like you're being heard and you have an advocate to help you work through it.
Thinking about how Trebuchet has affected me personally as a leader, I would say that it's given me a really strong framework for me to kind of call upon and different ways of understanding what has been just tacit for me in the past.
When you start making the change and you see how the trickle-down effect works and it ripples through the organization, it goes much farther than I thought it would.
I tend to plan better now. I feel as though when I have a tough situation, I'm able to kind of strategize prior to the conversation, more from an educated standpoint.
There's really no downside. If you open up and you give this a shot, this again is the key to moving yourself forward and your organization.